Hello, Divine Feminine. How are you? I'm going to do, woohoo! That's so funny. I listened to a reading with Giraffe Spirit this morning. I'm going to do a relationship spread. I probably should have pre-shuffled it because the shuffling of it takes forever. But we shall get an animal. We're going to get some animal signifiers to start with. Bat and the groundhog just keeps coming out. I want to say I have readings open. I have readings in 3 hours are on my spam store, and then my regular readings, I think I have 2 or 3 left, and those I anticipate being done before Monday because I know I had a lot. I had a very long pause time where I took forever to get people's done. So I'm trying to get them done quickly. Those are on my Etsy. And then I have my long healing readings, which will take priority over everything. Those will be done first. If you want guidance on your healing journey, which it does usually involve some of your twin, but it's much more heavily focused on the Divine Feminine's journey. Okay, so here we go. Rabbit. Oh. B, interesting. So very spiritual card. Very spiritual energy right now. So we have Spirit has plan. Oh man, you know, there are moments, there are times when it is easier to trust Spirit than other times. Let's just say that. So Spirit is now saying this is a very lucky time for you to think about what you want to create. That word create is really coming up for me today. Very lucky time to manifest, to talk about. This is a 4 card. You know, what kind of stable structures do you want? We actually have a 4, a 4, and a 7. So you guys are matching energy, and you're thinking about the future here. You guys are both oriented to the future, and there's this beautiful honeycomb pattern on this B card, and so I don't know, I sit down and I don't know what I'm going to do, and then I just start doing it, and it would be helpful if I arranged things first. But this is the reading I do on my Etsy. Why did they want me to look at that? Interesting. Looks like something you say will bring your masculine out of hanged man mode. And that does seem to be guided spiritually. So only you really can tell or know if it's time to communicate. Those 2 cards, I feel like you have been waiting. It's such a funny energy. I'm really, really liking that I'm feeling some levity on the feminine side. I feel this it's a lighter energy than I've felt in a while, and I feel like, well, you have been waiting. I feel like you've been waiting in a waiting room, right? They're showing me like a doctor's waiting room, and you're like, when am I going to get the appreciation that I deserve? When is he going to realize, like, unbeknownst to you or whatever, probably intuitively you know that he's always appreciated you, but I feel like he's putting his appreciation on other people and other things, and you finally figured it out that it's like, Nobody's coming to appreciate me. I have to appreciate me. It's always amazing when I just sit down to do readings that I just get in this flow state and things come out and I have no idea what they're going to be. And they just look at that deep knowing and clean it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to clear away your past. Like, clear away the past, they're saying. The past needs to be cleared away. You've done the work you needed to do on it, and the cycle has ended, and you know this. If this applies to you, you feel it. So what we're going to look at here is, I don't usually use, oh my God. I don't usually use these cards, but we're putting them in the rotation, I guess. I probably should read the guidebook again. So we're going to look at thoughts, feelings, actions, yours and his, and then the interplay of that. And then this will be the near future. So we have breathe on the bottom of the deck, which is a beautiful energy, and happy, happy. And we did get those. And a higher power fell on the floor, which is another 4 card. And I also see that an orchid priestess of destiny is on the floor. Oh God. Okay. So as I said, this is a very long shuffle to prepare. Sometimes they tell me to do it on camera. Sometimes they want me to do it off camera. It's, I guess, you know, if you have doubt in you, it's easier for you to believe if you see the evidence. I'm so scared of change. I actually think that's both of you. You two, you are in this Queen of Swords energy with this Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 6 of Swords, and the Tower. It's like, you feel like if you don't move forward, you'll get sucked. It's like almost like a riptide, like you'll get sucked back under and you'll have to go through this Tower moment again. And I feel like you're trying to avoid that. And all morning they've been like steering me towards this information about, you know, if you run from a problem, you're basically creating the problem, like recreating the problem, because you're trying to fix an energy. And what you, it's so profound, but it sounds so simple when you hear it. You're like, of course that's right, but it's not what we do. Most, like 95% of our world is based on, this is flawed, we need to fix it, instead of, can we create something that we really want? I mean, there's an intense energy here, and I really understand what you're saying. Like, it's all too much. The heat between us is intense. I'm obsessed with you, drama. And, you know, if lava isn't flowing out of a volcano, well, then it's, oops, I forgot these. Then it's all trapped within the volcano, right? And everything may look perfectly fine on the outside until it explodes. And there may be a certain level, because they're showing me the volcano, which has been a symbol for a while. There may be a certain level of unpredictability. Like, you may be worried that some of the things that he does are not always logical, even though he like hides behind this cloak of logicalness. Look at that. That's, you cannot make it up. I only believe in science and facts, but I'm in love with you, and I'm feeling overwhelmed, and I'm scared of commitment. I feel from these cards, he's still having a very difficult time with trust. And that mouse card really speaks to, you know, this mouse almost looks like it's suspended in midair, standing on a pile of dead leaves. And we have our friend the butterfly again. Not enough lightning, which is the Tower, boat, and addiction. I feel like there's insight coming to him that... Do you want me to do something with these? Okay. Something coming to him in an epiphany. I think we've been getting this for a little while, that like the nature, it's like the nature of this situation. He really questioned, like, what do you want with him? What is it that you wanted? Like, I think he ran through all of the options, because we have like gold digger, pregnancy, pets, guardian. There was a lot of things here that he was like, is she after this? Is she after that? So we're going to take three more top cards here so we can see what are the main issues that you're dealing with. You know, you and your power are intimidating possibilities with that, with the eagle flying over. That's you. Suppression. Do you see? It looks just like a volcano on the inside. I think you sense that there's, and that's a 10 card. And then in between you have ordinariness. I get that. The outsider. We had that the other day. And then we have guidance on the bottom with the angel. I do feel he's being guided. Pretty heavily guided. And again, I see that you may there's something about signs here. It's funny how it works with me is sometimes I get like a huge, like a storm of signs, and then they'll just go away. And that can be the same with kind of the heart activations or the feelings. And it tends to be, I think, either you're giving them or he's getting them. That's just my kind of insight onto things. I don't know what to say. I missed your laugh. Rich thoughts grow money. Law of attraction. Serious. Bought some flowers and I couldn't do it. And they're manifesting you with Leo energy. So let's go ahead and start this reading. This is a really long reading. There is something in here about the fact that the spirit wants them to accept that this isn't an ordinary relationship. This isn't an ordinary life. You know, choosing this life isn't ordinary. Although it really is, it just isn't in our current paradigm. So there's a lot here about dual-sided. We have 3 big cards of mirroring here. In your heart, you're really, this is so interesting because I said you're waiting to be admired. I had seen the admired card or whatever, and here it is again. In your thoughts, my life has changed so much since meeting you. The passion I felt was enormous. I didn't know what to do. I've been up all night thinking about you. Separation. Liar. I couldn't say it, but I felt a lot of the same things that you did. There's this theme here of kind of reciprocation. And in your heart, I think you know that you've let him get away with bad behavior or not telling his truth and still giving to him as if he was, because you could sense it all. And I feel like the healing journey that you've been on, the separation or the insight that you've had is somehow, no, this is an 8 card. led you to this moment. And this is an 8 card. You have 5335. And it's the difference between, you know, needing and wanting, or being needy and having a preference. When you need something, you're in the state of lack, and you're in a real position of lowering your worth. When you prefer something, if you get it, that's great, but if you don't, that's fine too. And I feel like this has been this journey of your heart, of understanding the kind of beautiful ability you have to love yourself and for that to be fulfilling. And look at that. Exactly the same thing. Okay. Oh, poor masculine. So sad. Just kidding. I'm in a funny mood. So, 5 of Swords reversed. Man, he has recognized that he has kind of built his own prison around him. This is what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about with the tower moment that's about to come, or the volcano eruption that's about to happen. And I think you feel like the ground shaking. Yin Yang, so 22, master number, lavender, 5 of Swords reversed, building blocks. I'm so tired of sabotaging this connection. I'm scared of rejection. I feel you are wife, husband, material in reverse. Healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and life, self-care, self-love. Fire sign, I feel stupid for running. So he knows that he has been running. He has been sabotaging. Doesn't feel like he's worthy of you. He has built basically a prison of fear here. And in a lot of ways, he's convinced himself that he's been doing the right thing. But you can't really hide from yourself when you're in the hawk perspective, right? Or in the giraffe perspective. It's like when you see a bigger picture, you automatically know exactly what you're doing. We all have those moments where we can see exactly what we're doing. And he's having one of those moments. Oh, this is powerful feelings. So those are his thoughts. These are your feelings. Empress card. Again, this is again waiting for someone to appreciate all that you do. I just feel like you are like, I am done waiting for someone to appreciate me. I'm going to appreciate me. The word wants to be written. The masterpiece longs to be painted. What is in your heart wants to be created into form. Confession, hand of cards, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. Planning on messaging you soon in reverse. It hurts so much. I've cried over you. Poised, soul family, distant travel, in motion, gliding along, common goal. Knight of Cups with the letter. I feel like you're getting over the pain. There's something here that is being transmuted in your feelings. And it could be that you're finding the courage to speak your truth, to see a bigger picture. Because I get the feeling that you have been taking the feelings very, very seriously. And I feel like you want to create something more. Like, we can sit and, it's like that building blocks card. We can build up a fortress around our heart, ourselves, and take it all apart and put it back together. And we can do that. We can sit there and do that 100 times. We can tell our sad story 1,000,000 times. And we can dissect why it happened. And I'm not saying that there's not value in some of this. But ultimately, what you find is that the pain, the safety of the pain that you know is just, you're preferring it over the unsafety of the pain you don't know or the pleasure you don't know. It's just kind of staying stuck in a situation where you know exactly what's going to happen and you're getting something out of it, right? And I feel like you're coming to the point where you're not going to get, you're not getting anything out of it anymore. It's like you want to move on now. Look at cycles. I tell my friends about when we are together. Well, his feelings are that he really, really wants to come to you and talk to you. I haven't seen cards this beautiful on the masculine side in a while. He still has a little bit of this victim mentality. It's like, I don't love this card being here, and I don't love this card being here. And that means somewhere around him, there is some karmic energy still residing. And I do feel that. I think he wants to come tell you. If he ghosted you or suddenly walked away, he wants to tell you about what happened here. This very interesting card to come up in this position. You know, I do think he's integrating a lot of his feminine energy. I think, so only you will know if this applies to you. There's a danger here of repeating a karmic cycle. Because you're out of this loop right now. I don't know. It's like you're in this void energy. There's a lot of reflecting going on. And I think it depends on how vulnerable and honest you guys can be with each other. And first and foremost with yourself. Does that mean you need to go gush and tell him all of these things? That's not what I'm saying. I think you need to be really realistic about with yourself. And I think you're doing that. What is the spirit? You know, it seems to be about validation. And really, if you can fully let yourself be validated by yourself, if you can get to this sovereignty of, you know, what kind of has to happen, in my opinion, although not all the way through it, it's like you kind of have to surrender to being okay with, maybe they'll never be in my life. Maybe we'll never be together. And I mean, really okay with it. Like, and if you were really okay with that, well, what would you do then? What would you do? Like, without thinking about what they would do, without thinking about anything anyone else would do. Like, what is it that is on your heart that needs to be done or said or finished, or like that? To me, that is the place we're at. We're at this place of, I am not waiting for anyone to do anything. I am kind of tallying up the score sheet or finishing up the books or keeping my records of like, can I live with things that are unsaid, or do I need to say them? Am I being truthful with my reality? Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. I feel like there's a conversation that will happen. So let's see in the actions. You're dealing with trust issues. I think I already said that. And there is a part of you that knows that something is on the horizon. I think you worry about, for those of you that it might like disturb your families or peace or something like that, that could be a consideration. There is still here, and I wish there wasn't here, but there is still here a energy of deservingness or worthiness. I feel like you're trying to get over it by, this is such a weird thing for me to say, like by disassociating from your body a little bit. I see you being up higher in your spiritual chakras. Let's see what he's gonna do. King of Swords, Four of Cups reversed, pink, clean it up. I can feel you pulling away. Have you moved on? People don't believe in me. I wish you wouldn't push me away. Reversed, self-indulgence, someone else in reverse, the Magician. Low, of course. Okay. You know, he's definitely trying to manifest you. It may be, please do not get mad at me for saying this. It may be to somehow play a game with the karmic energy. I'm sorry for saying that. Now, what you will realize is that will show you if you're playing games with him or you're playing games with yourself. Like, are you really happy on your own? Are you really validating yourself? Are you really content with whatever happens? Are you really surrendering? Or are you making it look like things are good? Or are you trying to get him jealous? Or are you running away from being honest with yourself? So this is a very serious kind of next thing. And we will look here now at the relationship and what its next things are. You know, I see him doing the healing he could do at this point. I feel like that cycle is ended. Look at, we have a true pair here. Look at that appreciation card. Two cards of being very inward focused here. Really three. This may point to Valentine's Day being something that happens. Oh, I love this card. I still feel fear here. Look at, I see signs of you everywhere I go. You're so beautiful. No one makes me feel the way you do. My life is a mess. I don't know where to start. Don't wait for me. He doesn't want you to wait, and you should not be waiting. That is codependency. Don't wait for him to make decisions. Don't wait for him to give approval. Love doesn't feel like enough. I want you, but I shouldn't. I think you are hot. So the Twin Flames card did come out. Photograph, heart with a key. Divorce, yes. Earth sign. I imagine sleeping next to you. Sacred geometry, Capricorn. Some of you may be dealing with a breakup. And as I said, they may have been too. It's a really hard lesson for those who've been through it. If your twin is married or in a serious karmic relationship, it can be difficult to deal with. That karmic is teaching them lessons, right, that they can't learn from you because you're too high vibrational. You know, the karmic is your soulmate too, and that's very hard to accept. So what Spirit does want you to understand is that I hear a lot of readers too say like they're making a choice between you and another. And this is why it's kind of dangerous for twin flames to listen to like regular readers, is that they're not making a choice. They can't choose you. They can't choose you because the karmic is teaching them a lesson that they haven't learned because you haven't learned it for yourself. And I know that it sounds really, really harsh when I say things like that. But it's the truth as I understand it. They are reflecting back to you, you not choosing you. They are reflecting back to you that you still have lessons to learn about the rejection, about the abandonment, about the wounds. And that those things really they aren't about you, right? It's not wrong that you made them about you because as children, we had to survive. But now we have to get to the point where we see that our parents, though they are our parents or our caregivers, that's not the entirety of who that they are, right? They're dealing with their own stuff and their own life. It isn't like, and I see this a lot, like, yes, parenting is a huge job and a big responsibility, but it isn't your entire life. You still have your own journey, your own healing, all your own stuff to deal with, and plus career, plus, because we got that yesterday, and it's another rabbit card. This makes total sense here. Look at guiding children. This is you and your inner child doing this work. So any work left with your inner child needs to be processed. We got the Ostara card. This is Easter. Sorry, I'm getting so much energy. It's overwhelming me. Okay. I think maybe you really feel this intuitively. Like all of those cards were saying with the intuition. It's like part of you needs to move on from a stagnancy. It could be a job where you live, a karmic relationship, friendships, creative pursuits, or even like a town or a city or a state or a country. And there's a real like time right now of rebirth with this new moon and this portal, and then coming into this dragon year. There's going to be a really powerful energy. And we see here that the masculine has Kali with the lotus, right? Gaining wisdom and this third eye activation. The old must be released so that the new can enter. And then we have Nematona. I don't think that's how you say it, but create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. And this can be a real time of gaining creativity and fertility and that big picture. Maybe some of you do have a priest or a pastor or a rabbi or a someone who advises you spiritually, a priestess, Reiki, guardian, spirit guides. Maybe time for you to create a time of retreat, a time of cleansing. I don't think I've ever said this in a reading, where, and they're telling me to remind you that, you already know, but, you know, when you bless anyone with your time, your clothing, extra food, anything, when you give, like, of yourself, it's a very powerfully bold statement to the universe that you have plenty, you have so much you can give. And not only that, your heart is open. And it's that open heart that's so, it's such a beacon in the universe. And I know because a lot of the time we've heard these messages of like, don't be naive, don't open your heart, don't open your home, don't open your whatever. I'm not telling you to be foolish, but I am saying creating a, the universe doesn't like a vacuum. So when you give, it's always fulfilled back to you. It's always refilled with, something better. They're just saying, like, they're even bringing up, like, give books to the library. I don't know why they're being so, look at it, it says heart awakening. And they are telling me, like, to remind you to give from the heart. Don't give out of fear. Don't give out of lack. Don't give out of, well, what will I give out of this? Whenever you give like that, that is creating like a more weird codependency issue. Of like, I don't trust the universe. I don't trust that I'm going to get what I give. And that brings it back to that very first thing in your thoughts where you had 3 cards that were like, if I give, do I get? And there's a card in here that doesn't belong. If I give, do I get? We really want to celebrate all of our belongings, our home, all of our attributes, our knowledge, our emotions. Finding a way to celebrate them the most is the most joyous way to give, I'm going to do 3 piles today. So you can pick one of these cards. Okay, on the bottom we have the royal blue and gold dragon. So he has a sword of truth. Strengthens you to stand in your power and wisdom. Awakens you to your majesty. Wear a cloak of power and pride. We have moonstone cycles. So very appropriate for what we are talking about here. Is that you can, oh, I just saw Isis and Horus and Saint Germain and Kuan Yin. Ah! Wow, big energy. Those are my cards here. Okay, so we have Horus on the bottom of the deck. These have all been like the dark blue color. Cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. So they are telling you, you can really usher in the end of this cycle for yourself by really taking the time to celebrate, now up until Easter, celebrate this transition, this journey you've gone on, this powerful healing that you've done, this amazing spiritual lessons you've learned, right? And I can't show that one, so we're gonna put it underneath, or this one. And then bottom of the deck, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events of your life. Through turmoil, right? The tower, the volcano, a blessing will soon be revealed. I never use the tower to try to instill fear into you, but I do feel like there's change, and you can facilitate this change being benevolent and a little bit more easygoing if you choose what you want to let go of right now. And I would push you a bit to give even more than you think you want to of your possessions, and to become very light in your energy of what you actually think you need, okay? Obviously, do what is right for you. Make sure it's in alignment. So we're gonna do Ostera, Nematona, Kali. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved. Wow, very healing energies, very earthbound energies here. Imagine yourself and your beloved being surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. Sunshine Yellow Dragon helps you to help animals, serve animals, heal and respect and understand them. Patience, Pyromorphite. Cernunnos, Life Force. Express your divine passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So that's my Divine Masculine card. And the second one is Nematona. Golden Orange Dragon. Expands your light for ascension. Be a peaceful warrior. Help those in need. Remember your magnificence, right? And this, he has a quill in his talon, and he's writing a book. Morganite, relationship healing. And you remember, you can call these energies in when you sleep, when you meditate, when you shower, when you walk, when you're whatever. Or you can work with the stones or the deities. Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. New beginnings, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So that is a beautiful message. And then I kind of knew this was going to come with Kali. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. White gold dragon from Lyra connects you to the highest Christ light. Develop your causal chakra. Bathe in ninth dimensional Christ light. Boji stones, balance, and then muzzle check, higher learning. Very Sagittarian energy here to me. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. And I know Pluto is moving into my 9th house where my Aquarius is. And I feel like that is my pile here. And yes, so I send you lots of love and light, send you healing crystal energy, and thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting helps so much, and I really appreciate it. Bye.